Hello everybody and welcome to yet another CodeBro Cafe interview. So today being Thursday, which is a public holiday, if I'm not mistaken it is Human Rights Day, we'd like to wish you a very happy Human Rights Day. If you saw last night, we did an interview with Matthew from Smallville Comics and we did some unboxings of some seriously awesome statues. And that bust was absolutely insane. So if you haven't seen it yet, click back on our channel link and go and take a look at our videos and you can take a look at that. But without further ado, I'm going to introduce you to Christo. Christo, tell everybody who you are.
Hi there guys, I'm Christo, manager at Smallville Comics in Alberton. I'm here to punt some cool stuff for you. I've got some 2 awesome new comic books for you guys to check out at our store. I've been around, I've been at the store in Alberton for roughly a year and a half now. It's been really awesome. Boss Joe, Matt has just been awesome as well. He's been working there longer than I have and he's just been a champion. But I'll show you guys some cool stuff. I've got some 2 new Spider-Man books for you. I've got one that's based off the video game, the Spider-Man PS4 video game that came out roughly, like 6 months ago now. And then also I've got one that's about Peter's life story, starting in the 60s. Each book will be a decade in his life. Right, cool. Let me show you guys some books.
So before we get into the books, I just quickly want to chat with you and check with you. Can you tell us when you got into comics, how you got into comics, and what do you attribute your knowledge with regards to the comic sphere to?
Okay. Well, I started off really seriously getting into comics basically, 10 years ago when I saw an animated form of Green Lantern. I was like, geez, this is really cool. So I watched the Green Lantern movie a few more times and I was like, nah, let me go get some comic books of it. And then I discovered the Jeff Johns Green Lantern comics. And then from then, DC was my life. Green Lantern most of all, but then from then, Batman, Superman, all just came crashing into my life. And then I have discovered Marvel after that, though, with Iron Man and stuff like that. But I have about 50 comic boxes plus. Each of them is like 100 comics or so each. But that's from a lifetime of collecting now. But I really love storytelling. And that's the most important thing to me about comic books. They drew me into that way. I mean, I love statues and all that. Mainly the mythos and the characters are the main thing that I love. So, yeah.
That's really cool. So that answers my next question because I was going to ask you how many comics do you own. So you say 50 boxes. Yeah. Man, and here I thought I was all cool when I used to have 6 boxes full. Oh, wow, dude, nice. I'm jealous, but in a really good way. That's awesome. Cool, so the very first book we're going to start off with, which one's that going to be, sir?
Guys, got Spider-Man based off the PS4 video game that came out recently. It's called Spider-Man City at War #1. It is the first in a series. I think it will be 5 issues long, and it will deal with the events of the video game, but also it will add on some stuff that you guys missed in the video game itself. And the artwork is quite stunning as well. It's written by a guy named Dennis Hopeless Hallam. There we go. Also, and then there's a bunch of cool stuff in here as well. This is the book where they deal with the Kingpin, you see there, from the beginning of the video game. And it deals with a bunch of extra stuff that they don't deal with in the video game as well. Now, we've got these in store at Alberton City, in Alberton, Smallville Comics in Alberton, New Red Ruth, in Bazinga Mall. We've got plenty of them there if you guys are interested in this series. Now the next one I want to show you guys is a book called Spider-Man Life Story. It's this book here. It's a book about Spider-Man's life. It'll go through the decades, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, aughts, and 2010s. It'll deal with various issues and very important happenings in Peter Parker's life at those times, like the way he and Gwen Stacy warmed to each other. Vietnam War was big in the 60s. That's a big thing in this. It also deals with how Captain America was involved in the Vietnam War back then. It was very cool. And yeah, I mean, it's written by Chip Zdarsky, very big and up-and-coming writer at Marvel, and art by Mark Bagley, who's been drawing Spider-Man from the 1990s until now. It's like 30 years worth. He's a very awesome superstar artist.
Yeah, that artwork is absolutely insane. Wow. Shucks. Look at that, guys. Look at Oh, man. That goblin. Wow.
And then there's some cool upcoming events that they're teasing in here as well. Venom versus Carnage with Peter Parker in the middle. It's very cool. But yeah, these are the two books I wanted to show you guys. They're very awesome. They're also teasing a new writer, or a writer that was at Marvel previously, coming soon. Hickman is returning to Marvel.
Welcome to those of you that have just joined us on the stream. I see we do have a few people busy watching. So if you've missed exactly what we've just been shown, we're just going to bring it up again. So this is based off of the Spider-Man video game. So it fills in some of the gaps and stuff that wasn't covered within the game. So this is definitely for the lovers of the game. This is definitely something that you would want to look into. And what Christo said is that there will be about 5 or 6 issues that will be coming out. So it's not going to be an ongoing series. It's going to be a short series, a limited series. So that's what you would definitely be looking into. And hey, Donnie, welcome. Thanks for joining. And then there's Spider-Man Life Stories. So this one is the 60s, if I'm not mistaken. And if I'm not mistaken, you also mentioned that it's going to go up to the 2010s. So the 2010s. So again, not an ongoing series. It's a short story, limited series. So also, these two sets are definitely something that you're going to want to invest in. If I'm not mistaken, these are first prints. Am I right?
These are first prints of the comics. We have quite a few of these if you guys are interested. They're very awesome. This one specifically, I would say, is going to be a timeless classic in the next 6 months when it's done. It's going to be very awesome to read in trade or even in the comics if you want to collect them like this as well. They're very cool.
And how much do these go for, Christo?
At our store, Spider-Man Life Story, each issue is going to be about 85 to 90 rand each. But the Spider-Man City at War one, it'll be 65 to 69 rand each at the store.
Now, you might be wondering, why is there such a big price difference? You must just see the thickness. The thickness. There's a lot more pages to the Spider-Man Life Story.
About 10 pages more. It's $1 more than the regular comics. Each issue is going to be the same price because of the amount of material they added to it. There's a lot of extra content in there. There's a lot of extra story in there. They have a lot to cover, so they had to put in the extra pages because it's each decade, each issue.
That's really, really, really epic. Okay, yeah. Have you read any of these two yet? Have you had a chance?
Last night. The Life Story is very awesome. It deals with a lot of, like I said before, like a lot of important stuff regarding the Vietnam War. It's a very important topic at the time. Norman Osborn, how he and Peter started meeting each other for the first time when Harry introduced them. And Gwen Stacy, how she kind of started to warm towards Peter Parker, because before then she didn't like him at all. And this leads all to more important stuff in the next issue, which is going to be very formative for Peter Parker in the issue to come. Now, Spider-Man City at War, it's very cool. It deals with, like I said before, the whole video game storyline. It adds a lot of detail to it that you must have missed. And then also there's a cool team up happening soon. It's going to be, the first one is going to be Spider-Man teaming up with Kamala Khan, Miss Marvel. That's going to be cool. And then subsequent issues will have Spider-Man teaming up with other characters as well. It's a book that Marvel has done in the 70s before. They've constantly tried to bring it out again. And every time they do it in a massive way. And then also Captain Marvel is being promoted as well by Marvel heavily at the moment. I mean, the movie is doing quite well at the cinemas, so give it a watch if you haven't already.
I must say, the City at War, some of the artwork, and specifically here in Spider-Man Life Story, reminds me a lot of the Superior Spider-Man series. Is there a specific reason for that? Was one of the artists involved in both of them?
The Green Goblin, his design is kind of classic, so a lot of the time they don't really want to change it. But I think with Marvel, they have a specific style that they've used since the 60s, 70s. A lot of the artists emulate that style. Stan Lee even wrote a book about this, trying to keep the panel layout similar, but also very accessible. I'm also focusing a lot on the characters, so like the dramas on their faces. Whereas Marvel and Marvel and DC are different that way. DC like to show scale and epicness, and there's a preview here for the 1970s issue, the second issue of Spider-Man Life Story. Very cool. Disco ball there in the middle. Yeah, it's a yes, a reference.
You can only think it's going to be Goblin related.
Yes, yeah, it is. It's a very important issue for Green Goblin and Gwen Stacy, the next one. Very cool.
That's really awesome, Christo. So, for those of the for those people that aren't in the know about Smallville Comics, can you tell us where the store is located? I mean, if I'm not mistaken, it's on the corner of Penzance and St. Alban in New Redruth, Alberton, which is in the south of Johannesburg. And you said the mall is called Bazinga Mall. How apt is that? So Bazinga Mall, comic book shop, how perfect is that?
It's perfect. The guys at Bazinga Mall, they really work hard, and they really wanted to flesh out their little center to make it feel a lot more like geeky, comic booky, and like just all around nerd friendly. So I really like the fact that they did that. That is really cool, and they actually do help us out a lot there. It's just off the foot tracker off ramp in Bazinga Mall, in corner Bazan Street in St. Alban, near Redruth. Yeah, give us a visit, guys. It's really awesome. We love having events there. We love having weekends there with you guys. We're also planning on some cool stuff in the future, so guys should give us a look.
So what we're going to do is, as a localized giveaway, by localized I mean you have to be Johannesburg based and able to get through to Smallville Comics. We have got a copy of each of these to give away, am I right? Yes, awesome. Okay, well, there we go. The light has disappeared again for some reason. So I know you guys probably won't be able to see us too well, but we are still here, sitting in the dark. The light's just gone. Don't stress about the light, guys. We're just about finished. So what you need to do is drop a comment on the stream right now, and those two comics will be yours for the first comment right now, after Donnie saying hello. If you do not know how to post a comment there, what you can do is on the DVR version, once this is not live anymore and it's now in our video list, go and post a comment there and say that you would love to be one of the winners. And then what we'll do is we will take all the names of everybody that is entered there, and then we'll do the draw. And then what you got to do is go through to the Smallville Comics store. We'll have already sent your name through to Joe, to Christo and Matt, and you can go and pick these up. Total value is about 150 Rand for these two, and trust me, you want them. So we're going to give you 30 seconds so we can see if there's going to be any comments popping up there. And in the meantime, if you're not on the Smallville Comics Alberton Facebook group, you can go look for them. It's a Facebook group, not a Facebook page. So go and type in the search bar Smallville Comics Alberton. You'll find the group. Please go and join the group. You'll see awesome stuff happening. There's specials that they announce. Quite often there's buy now sales. There's auctions that even happen live on the page. So you can get some really, really awesome comics, statues, figures, you name it. When it comes to memorabilia, it is available on the page, and people, they get them at a steal when these deals come through. All right, I don't see any comments coming through, so what we'll do is say, from this point now, obviously the giveaway on the comment section there on the live stream is closed. So what you need to do to be the proud owner of these two comics is to, on the video that has been now if you're rewatching this, is just to post anything there regarding these, whether you've seen the movie Captain Marvel, which one of these two books look the coolest to you. You'll go into a draw. The winner will be announced latest Sunday, and then you can go and pick up your copy. So thank you very much for joining us, Christo. Sorry that we're now sitting in the dark, but I think maybe the light overheated because it is like Mordor hot here in the south of Johannesburg again. So I'm going to hand the mic over to you. You can sign off, say cheers to everybody, and I will shut down the stream.
Thank you very much, John, for having me on here. You guys are awesome. If you guys give us a shout at Smallville Comics Alberton, I hope to see you guys there soon. It's been an honor sitting here with you guys. The giveaway will be announced soon for the first comment. So, yeah, I hope to see you guys there soon.